Alright,
Whatever.
hey guys, it's Ryan, and I'm here with the rest of Team Coward and our friend Kenny, and we're gonna play some fucking Maid game.
Yeah, Maid RPG. Everyone has their character sheet and the dice roller up, I assume.
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to just kind of remind everyone sort of what's going on. We're taking place in the this whole thing is taking place in the mansion, the Palace of Shaglatha, which is a giant fortress in the middle of a vast jungle, where I guess my psychotic murderer character Cielo, pretentiousness included in the pronunciation, is I guess plays the most dangerous game because he's a psychotic murderer. He's also 11 years old.
You know, like
And we all love him.
Anime protagonist, rich person, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what rich people do.
Especially when they're 11.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to one of our frequent commenters on YouTube, Maddie Ice 2ish. He comments on everything, so let's give him.
They're usually pretty good comments too, not just random shit. They're usually.
I'm
bro,
happy
dude.
we don't have trolls yet.
You're a total fucking bro, dude.
I'm
We
going to be
love
once
you.
we get our first troll, I'll be so proud that we are relevant enough to attract trolls.
Dan, if we know anything, the first troll is gonna be you.
Yeah.
Well, no, one of us doesn't count. I mean, I think I've already kind of started trolling us, but it doesn't count. In the same
Troll
vein,
cups.
I can't wait. An important milestone will be when we're awesome enough to have our own TV tropes page. I've kind of wanted to make one,
right now-
but I would prefer to earn it.
Yeah. Earn it, dude.
Future will editing this video. You can now place a picture of a photo saying this is bait.
Hooray! Anyway, so also again as a recap, my character is, I'm playing basically the game master, so my character is the master of the mansion, Cielo, the 11-year-old rich, politically powerful, psychotic murderer, who plays the most dangerous game in his jungle fortress. He's obsessed with the color blue, apparently. And his symbol is a sideways 5-pointed star. And he will correct you if you think it's upside down or right side up or whatever the fuck. It apparently looks like it is sideways.
I did do it, and it is in fact an upside down star to anyone other than
So
you.
so it looks like it's an inverted pentagram. It is in fact actually sideways.
Oh my.
What the fuck are we playing?
Maid RPG.
That's what I've been
Welcome to the
asking.
madness.
But hey, what if I turn my head to the left though?
Nothing?
If you turn, then you'd be looking at it so that it would look right side up, but you would also be sideways. In addition, the special facilities includes a private well where you may spend favor to cause stuff to happen from the horror random events table. Just keeping in mind, this is one of the special powers of Maid. You may spend 1d6 favor points to cause a random event to happen. Now, we are in the mood of our setting is action, which includes kind of slapstick as well as, shonen fighting, and that sort of thing. But if you spend a favor point at the well, you cause something from the horror random event table to happen instead. We also have a private army to have fun with.
I will.
Let's see.
I will have fun.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh,
wait a
yes.
minute. Question. Since my stress break is stealing, can I, steal soldiers?
You may steal soldiers. You may attempt to steal them and stash them somewhere. That could be fucking hilarious. In addition, I want
Basically,
to also...
They're gonna be the sin sacks in, every Toho video.
May,
Oh God.
No.
That may be part of their standard uniform.
Yes.
question.
Like a burlap sack that has the Japanese character for sin on it.
Question. May
Maybe
I
should
also
pause
steal...
my torrent.
May I also steal soldiers, but for a completely different reason, and not because of something I have?
Keeping in mind, you are technically, I think, you're Kasumi, so your Maid types are cool and as well as heroine. Or seeing as your character is actually a guy, a hero, you're supposed to be the hero character.
Hero can be translated into very different things.
I guess so.
I don't have to be a hero for the good people, I just have to be a hero in general.
Hey,
I see. Okay, so in any case, I've come up with an idea of a backstory. My character is essentially just a random was not technically anyone special, but I imagine he was also some sort of prodigy along the veins of Artemis Fowl or something like that. And a year ago, I suppose that would be when he was 10, he managed to make a contract with the demon Kasumi, which is Will's character, in order basically to become powerful with the goal of basically ruling the world, because he's 10 years old and thought that was awesome.
Though everybody must refer to me as Kasumi, other than Dan.
Yes, because his real name is Kasumi, which is apparently the male version, and he is a guy. But I am really unlucky, and basically there was an error in the contract, so he ended up becoming my maid instead of my butler, and now he basically has to pretend to be a girl.
Which is fun for me.
Oh, boy.
Yes. He also gambles with souls in the spare time, which I get for him by playing the most dangerous game. In addition, during some of my adventures with Kasumi, I guess I'm the only one allowed to call him Kasumi, but whatever.
Yeah.
We freed the mutant magical super soldier Naomi, who looks like a boyish Lolita character and can magically manipulate her, like her hair antenna.
Just one single strand of hair that can move around like a sentient tentacle, but also has a mind of its own.
I imagine you can basically manipulate it like Jake from Adventure Time, but like just that strand of hair.
Just a strand of hair.
That is now canon.
So, is it indestructible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you can never cut it.
Yeah, in fact, all of the rest of her hair
Interesting.
could be cut, so if she got shaved bald, she would be bald with one strand of hair.
It'd be so fucking weird.
And in addition, apparently, as it turns out, like, about 8 years before I was born, Ciello's father had illicit relations with an angel, resulting in his half-sister, Sayo. And basically, she was instructed by heaven, because apparently they realized my corrupt and degenerate nature and sent her to try and act as a purifying influence on me, because, you know, I was a psycho murderer. And also trying to rule the world. Unfortunately, I also got her into a magically binding contract, and now she's stuck as my maid. Her half-sister is now stuck as my maid.
Question, what's Ryan's backstory?
And Ryan is Kokoro. And she was just like, you know, was basically just like, I've decided I want another servant, so I just, you know, hired one. But she has basically,
I knew it.
somehow has a magical cat aura that she uses to fight. So she's kind of like my guard, if that makes sense.
I guess she has like a cat spirit animal
Wait.
or some shit.
How
Yeah.
am I not your guard?
Oh, actually, she has a cat spirit animal. She was a native of the jungle island we're on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes
But
more
how am I
sense.
not your guard? I have 5 skill and 4 athletics.
That's
You
true.
want
You're
a cat,
you're
bitch.
probably like my second in command, the closest to second in command.
Right.
In
Except
fact,
I have
I'm
2
willing-
affection.
I'm willing to put in a special rule for you if you like it. But first, there's 2 things we forgot to do last time.
We're kind of like
First
the
up-
power trio then.
Yeah, we need to put up the name of the age of the mansion, which would basically determine whether I just found it and used it for myself, or if I literally built it in a year. So how old is the Palace of Shaglatha going to be?
It sounds like it'd be old.
1 billion years
Well, I mean,
old.
there's an
Actually, it could be like, because keep in mind, I am 11 years old, so I am fairly childish.
I mean,
1
there's
billion.
Keep in mind, though, we have a well that's more or less a portal to an eldritch.
Perhaps let's say the
abomination.
mansion is really recent. It's 7 months old,
Why do you not like fun?
but the well itself is older than time itself.
okay.
Wow.
How,
Interesting.
How old is the
Before the universe existed, there was a
How
well.
old is the private army?
Whoa!
It's always
How-
been the hell well.
Did the private army come with the hell well, or did you just buy the private army?
No, I just bought them.
Okay.
That's why I sometimes use them for the dangerous game if I have no one better to do.
Never dealt the well.
But usually we get them imported, or we just do the native residents. And one of which was Kokoro. Ryan, the zero character, was a native of the place who was apparently a powerful cat shaman, I guess.
Never dealt the
I
well.
hired you as a maid because you're greedy, and I have lots of money.
I say
Apparently
again,
he's so
never dealt the
greedy
well.
that he's cool with the systematic genocide of his people, so...
Yep, that's right.
Her people, remember, you are all playing as
Right.
girls, except for Will and me. But Will, you have to. You're a guy who cross-dresses.
So
as a girl,
if I'm on my
you can't
period,
laugh.
do I have to roleplay me being on my period?
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
We're probably going to avoid that. We're going to
Okay,
avoid that
good.
because we are classy gents.
You say that now.
In any case, the other
Yeah.
thing I was apparently supposed to roll last time is for Ciello's favorite maid type.
Oh.
Boy.
Basically the maid type that he personally prefers,
Well.
if you will. So I'm just going to roll my d6 and see what we get, and I got 6.
Ooh.
So favorite maid type, heroine, which makes sense, I guess.
Okay.
So
Is
that
it-
would explain why I would probably was like the idea of, because I suppose that means heroine, also heroic characters. So I assume that's why I was interested in Kasumi.
Okay.
Now Kasumi.
Okay.
In addition, now, Will,
Yeah.
if you would like, I'm willing to put into a special rules called the head maid. And I'm going to look them up right now.
Oh, good.
Basically, you act as the one in charge. And there are certain advantages and disadvantages. Your advantages are, if your stress exceeds your spirit, you can ignore your stress explosion by taking a temporary -1 penalty to all your tributes instead for the duration of it, so that you don't have your gambling problem. You, like, if you need to be able to do shit, you can just take a penalty for the duration instead. In addition, you can arbitrarily order maids to do any housework that might arise in the course of a normal scenario, meaning their orders and your orders are basically second only to mine. But this only counts for normal maid housework.
So if I'm mad at Ryan, I could just say go clean the well, and he'd be
Yes.
gone forever.
Well, no, not gone
Great.
forever. I am probably going to have a standing order. You're not allowed to murder each other.
Ah, damn it.
Or conspire to have each other murdered or worse.
Ah, damn it.
It's-
Only I
You got
can
lucky
do
this
that.
time, Will. You got lucky this time, Will.
No, you
But-
got lucky this time, Ryan.
However, the benefit
Oh,
of doing
yeah?
it... Well,
For once, am I the only one who wasn't wanting to murder anybody?
no,
Yep.
seriously. Anyway, by the way, you two, by the way, Will,
Yeah.
specifically, this is good for you because any maid who succeeds at the work, because one of the requirements of, basically there are ways you just gain, you can gain and lose favor. One of them is by succeeding at a task. You succeed at a maid task, you gain 1d6 favor.
Oh,
Any favor that a maid gains from completing a chore that you assigned means that you gain half that favor. Like, you gain an amount of favor equal to half the amount they got rounded down.
cool.
So that you'll always get favor for the accomplishments of the other maids, assuming you told them to do it.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Again, just to reiterate, this favor isn't stolen from the other maids. The other maid gets... What?
Damn it.
Yep, it is getting kind of late. Sorry, I gotta be a little bit more quiet. This favor isn't stolen. The maid who is so ordered does not lose any favor or get any less favor. They still get the full amount. It's just that the head maid will also get half that amount rounded down. And in
Awesome.
addition, we're not doing seduction or romance rules, but we're making combat rolls, which is basically any opposed roll against the other maids. You get a +1 bonus to your die roll.
Cool.
However, your disadvantage is you cannot create random events. You do not have the ability to spend 1d6 favor to make random events go on the table. Although you can still use the well,
Cool.
but you can't. But you don't have the normal ability to spend favor to make random events happen.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that.
In
anyway.
addition, whenever I penalize the favor of any other maid for any reason, you lose an amount equal to half the amount they lost rounded down.
Of
So
course.
you're because you are responsible for the other maids and thus responsible for their failings.
So yeah, none
And
of
if-
you fuck up.
And if your favor reaches 0, you are automatically demoted to being a regular maid. You can, how this game works is that if you are reduced to 0 favor, this would mean you lose. However, you can reduce your attributes to regain favor. And basically you gain an amount of favor equal to the new lowered attribute score times 10. And as long as you have done that at all and not gotten back up to at least your original stats, then you are not allowed to be head maid ever.
Oh, great.
And it basically can cause a sort of downward spiral as you get being less and less capable and fucking up more and more, and thus losing more and more favor. But you aren't immediately thrown out.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna let you do this whenever you want because that would allow you to just respec your stats, and that would be bullshit. You can only do it if you've lost favor.
Okay.
I do have a plan in mind if someone really actually gets down to zero, like totally zero, and you have zero stats and everything. If you do have zero stats and everything, you aren't doomed to fail. It's just there's no way you can seed without working with other maids.
But sire, I thought the plan was to put them out into your dangerous game and then let me have their soul.
Oh no, that's I'm not Sayo, I'm Cielo. Sayo is my half sister.
Oh, he said.
No, sire. Sire.
I'm not your sire. I'm your master. There's a difference. Don't be a moron.
It's the same thing in Demon Rules.
It's not the same thing because I say it's not the same thing. But are you willing to?
Yes,
Are
master.
you willing to go with these?
Yes, master.
Then you are now the head maid. This would be.
Thank you, master.
Kasumi.
I hope to please
You know what? Just call me Cielo because master is calling me all the time and creeping me out.
Cielo.
Thank
What
you.
does that sound?
Yeah.
It's getting a little annoying.
Sorry.
Okay, under notes, put in head maid.
Notes. Head maid.
Cool.
I manage everyone's heads.
Alright, anyway. So let's see. Now let's basically, to make things clear, I just realized that I read through all the rules to make sure I understand them, and I forgot to bother to go over them with you. Oh boy.
Just let it come up as we play.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
put
Yeah,
the
but
show
it
on
involves
the road
kind of what we're
already,
starting.
God.
Play the game already, God!
We've been at this for I don't know how many minutes because this stupid Audacity doesn't tell me. Oh yeah, like I don't know, like almost. We've been at this for almost 20 minutes, and I've said maybe a total of I don't know, like 2.5 minutes worth of words and talking and stuff. I want to do stuff.
Okay, here we are.
Gosh darn it, game designer, get it together.
Ryan, no.
All right, basically, we have a starting schedule basically for every day, which you have to do daily chores. Those will go by the wayside if you guys decide to create random events by spending 1d6 favor points, and that means you roll 1d6, and that's how many you lose. But you have to have. But once you've rolled, you've already, you can't take it back. If that makes sense. So you might end. So try not to spend more points than you have.
Okay.
Okay.
In any case, we start off with the morning, in which case it starts off with Cielo waking up. So one of you has to wake him up. So who's going to try and go for that? By the way, the rest of you can try and help or hinder as you wish. Basically, if you want to decide to go currying for favor. Figure it out amongst yourselves.
I assign Ryan to the job.
Cool. And Ryan, you are playing as Kokoro. So how are you going to go about waiting Cielo up?
I'd say get out my saxophone and start playing the saxophone.
Okay then.
Jazz for your soul?
You dick!
I'm curious as to how you think you're going to do that, seeing as you have a skill of 0.
Can I also like attempt to help?
I've got luck, don't I? And I've got athletics.
So wait. You're going to try and play by luck? You have no idea how to play the saxophone, but you're just going to go for it and see if you're lucky enough for it to work?
That's right!
Okay then, this is how we're doing it. Nope,
Wait.
And I'm gonna try to play the Star Wars Cantina theme.
I'm gonna. Fine, do it.
Alright, I gotta think of how difficult to make this. Waking up the master with a saxophone playing of the Cantina theme. I guess part of this would be waking me up in a way that that is pleasant as opposed to just annoying. So I'm
assuming you find that pleasant and not annoying.
Hell yeah, Cantina theme's
Who the
awesome.
hell could not? Who the hell could find the Cantina theme annoying? How can it be anything but pleasant?
I know some people.
I know what you should play, actually.
Those people need to
difficulty.
die.
Could you play this, actually?
Let's see.
Well, never mind.
I'm gonna call this difficulty difficulty 7. Difficult for an amateur, easy for a pro. So you roll 1d6 and you multiply it by your ability score.
Alright, I'm going to roll a 4. And my what's the mod? What do I multiply it by?
You rolled a 4 and you multiply that by your luck because that's what you're using.
My luck, that's going to be a 2, so that's going to be an 8.
So, just by sheer chance, you randomly place some notes, and it turns out to be a very good rendition of the Cantina theme from Star Wars on the saxophone.
Yes!
That is kind of awesome.
We'll put in the Cantina theme back in the background when you edit this video.
Sure thing.
I'm actually going to count that as also, because you played the Cantina theme well, that is not only succeeding in the task, which is 1d6 favor, you've also created a good atmosphere and made me happy, which is 2d6, so you're gaining 3d6 favor.
Woo!
Which is pretty amazing. Good job.
So I get to roll 3d6 now?
No, I do. You gain 12 favor, and Will, seeing as you're the head maid and ordered him to do it, you gain 6 favor.
So what do I put so in 12 favor, what do? I have 10 favor right now, so I just add 12 to the 10?
Yeah.
Okay,
I have
so
10
I have 22.
favor. Boom.
So,
22.
Don't
Then
put in starting favor. Put it in, like in the big box. So put in 22.
Okay.
And
for
Will,
10. I have 10
you
now.
have 10 now. By the way, the amount of favor necessary to raise a stat is equal to the value of the new stat times 10. So, for example, if you want to raise athletics from 2 to 3, that requires 30 favor.
Oh, so
wait, so
raising,
if you have 30 favor,
so raising anything to 5 is going to be hell.
Are you spending the favor, or are you just saying, "Oh, I have enough to then raise it"?
No, you have to actually spend it.
Oh, so if you have exactly 30 and you spend it, you now are 0 and therefore suck?
You're now at 0, and that means if you lose any more, and that means you're in a tenuous position, because if you lose any more, that's going to be very bad.
Okay.
Being like, if you actually manage to somehow come out at exactly 0 favor, then that just means that means either you've been, assuming it's for something that you did, it means I'm kind of pissed at you. But not enough to actually do any disciplinary measures. If you just did it by spending, then it means just don't fuck up.
Nice.
Alright, now because Cielo is an aristocratic and spoiled little bastard, someone's going to need to basically do all the normal day things. Washing, dressing, brushing his teeth. Because, again, he expects that to be done for him, because he's rich.
I assign his sister.
He says, no, fuck you. And, in fact, I'm going to take...
Can I... No, I don't want to... No. I'm not even going to... No.
I volunteer as tribute.
Get it. Alright then, Kenny, go for it. How are you going to basically be doing this? Actually, I'm going to make this one a skill check, and you are...
I have 3 skill.
Yeah, okay, so this is a skill check, normal maid duties. So roll 1d6 and multiply it by 3. And I'm going to say, hold on a second, this is a 4 difficulty, not that hard.
Okay, I rolled a 2.
6, you did it very well. I'm going to give you 1d6 favor for completing your task.
Huzzah! And I did it all with my hair, by the way. So
you gain 3 favor.
That's how you do it.
Wait, so...
Alright, next is preparing breakfast. And who was it that had the ultimate chef power?
I do.
So, I'm telling you to do it.
Well, yeah, okay.
Which means you get... This is a skill roll, but you count as having +1 skill. So roll d6, and you'll multiply by 6. And I'm going to give you an amount of favor based on how well you do this. It's basically a 5 minimum. But, you know...
2 times 6.
12. Alright, it's a good breakfast, but it's nothing amazing. I'll give you 1d6.
Yay.
you get 6 favor.
Under these.
Keep in mind, again, if any of you want to try and sabotage attempts or help each other out, or create a random event, feel free to do so. Let's see. Next up on the schedule is laundry. Who is going to be doing the laundry?
I nominate Chappie because he hasn't done anything yet.
I assigned Chappie.
All right, Chappie, you're up. How are you going to do the laundry? Now, this is the washing part of the laundry. Putting away the laundry and setting it out to dry is a different time. How are you going to wash the laundry? Chaps?
Chappie!
I don't think he's there.
Chaps it!
Oh no.
I'm getting kind of mad. Bad things happen to people when Cielo gets mad.
What I meant. Okay, I feel like I missed something.
You've been assigned to wash the laundry.
How will
Now
you
hurry up
do
and
that?
do it. How are you going to wash the laundry?
Do it with cunning. That would be great.
I believe you're Sayo, right?
I am.
So you have angel powers. Try and make it something interesting.
Have
Oh,
cherubs.
wait, I can
do it.
wait. Hang on. I can teleport, right?
You do have the Maid power teleport.
Are there any waterfalls on this around in the nearby area?
No.
Damn it. Ah, shit.
It's
there
not a
goes
matter
that
of
idea.
getting to a location. I mean, it's assumed that we have a place where you can wash them. This is a
Oh.
mansion, after all. It's not a fucking hut.
I know, but I thought it'd be fucking cool. But whatever. Alright, shit.
What are you gonna use to do it?
Yeah.
Skill, affection, not affection, athletics.
Oh, like,
I mean, he's an angel, so he could probably come up with a good explanation for any of them.
I love how I'm a demon, and yet my cunning is 1.
the angel is more cunning than the demon.
Barely.
Yet I have more skill.
How
You're
much luck
absurdly
do you
slow.
have?
4.
Ooh, you do have more luck.
Or
You
no,
can try and use
wait, no.
that.
I have 2 luck.
I mean, to be fair...
Hey, wait.
Uh,
I want to do something now, actually. I
Okay.
want to recommend that he go wash the clothes in the old well.
Can I deter that?
You can try. You can basically...
What would I roll to watch the clothes in the water?
Chappie, if you're willing to go along with the plan, that would mean you and Kenny are making a combined roll, and
Aren't I rolling my cunning to get him to do that stupid idea?
it depends on if he's willing to go along with it or not.
I guess I can make things interesting.
Oh, yeah, apparently you're kind of still vindictive of the whole "I bound you to a magical contract" thing.
Yeah.
Alright then, so you two, how are you planning on getting it to the old well and trying to get it away from, Will?
Wait, away from? No, I'm getting away from them.
Oh, you're not gonna stop them?
No, I'm gonna stop them from doing it.
Yeah,
They
so
have
they're
the
trying
Can I
clothes.
roll my cunning to make him not stop us?
What's your cunning?
You could use your cunning to, say, try and trick him so that he can't effectively stop
Okay.
you. And how are you going to try and prevent
Or could I
prevent
use
Will from
cunning
stopping you,
Could I
Chappie?
use cunning to make him think it's a great idea?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm
What's
gonna,
his cunning?
I'm gonna do that.
So, and how are you, and, Will, how are you going to try and oppose this, your cunning is 1, so you're both going to make,
Listen,
the opposed cunning
the
rolls.
well has this magical water that will make the master's clothes smell really, really, really nice. And, you know, a little demony, but, you know, he likes that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna use my skill and say, as a demon, I know that is in fact false, and that it will
That
make
is
it
not
sound
skill,
like
that would be
putrid hell.
cunning.
Oh, what? Fine. I'm gonna take it away from him. I'm gonna take it away from him.
Cunning versus cunning?
No, this is a manipulation check, so you're both going to make opposed cunning rolls.
God damn
roll
it.
your cunning. Roll d6 and multiply by your cunnings. You can spend either of you can spend 1d6 favor points in order to increase your, let's see, I think it's increase your cunning by 1 for the duration of this roll.
I'm doing that.
Okay.
Damn it.
So, Kenny, roll 1d6, and let's see how much you lose.
Alright, well, I rolled a 2. And my cunning is 5 normally, becomes
No,
6.
this is how much favor you lose.
What?
So you have 2 favor left.
Okay.
And so your cunning counts as 6, so roll your d6.
Why am I only rolling 2s today?
Okay, so you got 12.
Wait, so
Will.
I rolled 3 to lose favor or whatever, and I rolled a 5 overall.
So that would mean which one are you again? You are
I am Kasumi.
Kasumi, so you are at 7 favor, and your cunning is at 2, and multiplied by, and you rolled a 5, so you got 10, which means
So
Kenny
5
just
times 2.
Yeah, Kenny just barely beat you. In this case, your cunning is 2, and what was your roll again, Kenny? What was your result?
My result was 12.
Kenny, what was 12 divided by 2 is 6. So since you lost this bout, Will, you're taking 6 stress.
Okay.
And he's convinced you that this is a good idea.
What could
Now,
possibly
Sayo,
go
Chappie,
wrong?
you may proceed to wash the clothes in the horrible well. In the horror well.
Damn it.
Oh,
God damn it.
And while you guys were arguing it out, I thought of a flashy way to
It's
do
okay,
it.
the water...
Okay, how are you going to do this?
Alright, I'm going to... Alright, using my... Okay, how hard would it be to, is it like an old-fashioned well that has like a bucket on it?
Yeah.
Okay. How hard would... Okay, it probably wouldn't be that hard to, just kind of ride it down and hand wash everything, would it?
That would not be that hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, what if
I
did that, but I didn't use, I used purely athletic skill to, support myself and hand wash it?
If you're going to do that, then I'm saying what you're doing is you're going to take the clothes, dive into them clothes, with the laundry in front of you, into the well, and then while underwater in the well, wash the clothes, and then do a badass, ninja wall jump back up the well. If you're going to use
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
This is going to be a 10 difficulty. So roll your d6.
Times athletics, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so... Let's see, d6... 3... 12.
Wow, you did that. So you dived in head first, and you came out. Interesting.
It's okay, the water's supposed
For
to be
successfully... Yes, now all the clothes are black, though.
God damn it,
Like,
Chappie.
not as in, muddy black, they now look like they have always been the color of black.
Also-
that is their main color now.
God damn it,
And
you
it's
two.
a sort of black that absorbs the light.
Does
So it's black hole clothes.
this trigger any of the random well events?
Not at the moment. And I'm going to give you, for successfully completing the task, 1d6 favor.
What?
You gain 4.
How is that favor? All of your clothes are now black.
He successfully cleaned them.
But they're black.
So I don't care.
So, I just put in 12 then? Or I just write down the number 12 in the favor box?
But Cielo, they made all of your perfectly good blue clothes black.
I still like the color black.
Ah,
Don't be
fine.
an asshole.
This is news to me.
Wait, is my favorite 2 now?
Yeah, your favor's 2.
Huh, okay.
You're lucky that you didn't roll higher than 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got 4. So you should have 11 favor now. No, Sayo, you have 12. Yes.
Yeah, so I just put down 12 in the favor box, right?
In the big favor box. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Next up on the daily schedule, interesting. Someone has to prepare lunch.
I shall do so.
I think I should do this.
No, I should do this.
No, I want to do it.
Okay, in this case, we're going to be doing a competition, and opposed roles to make. This is between Kasumi
and Kokoro.
Kokoro, right?
Yes.
I assume Kasumi, use it with your ultimate menu powers. You're using your skill of 5+1.
Yep.
How are you planning on making the lunch for this Kokoro?
Using my amazing cat powers to slice and dice meats and vegetables and shit.
So you're going to be making something simple, but you're doing it with athletic badassery.
Yes.
Wait,
okay, so so roll your d6s, and you're both multiplying them by 6.
Alright.
This will be cool.
What is it, a 2d6?
No, 1d6.
Okay, my roll, I get a 6.
Damn it!
He made the most badass sandwich in the world.
I could too.
I too. You made a pleasant lunch with your amazing.
You want to know how I made it?
How?
I tossed everything up into the air. I activated my cat aura with like the claws. It started scratching away, going meow 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 meow.
And now he has successfully done that.
Yep.
We can end.